how would you go about doing an arranged marriage?
Well, I wouldn't have much say because my uncle's still trying to do it. He's doing it every week. He's calling me up, so it would be down to I think he would be the guy that would be leading the charge.
And so if speaking of your uncle, if you were an uncle or a parent in your situation, would you curate one for your child or nephew or niece?
I'm sure I'd have some opinions on the people they chose, but I would just sit down and have a good chat and hopefully just make sure that the person they're with they love each other, and that's enough for me.
And overall, what would you say was your favorite part about doing the film?
I think it was just getting to do a movie with one of my best friends, Lily James, just getting to do a movie and do something that had an emotional core to it, and as well as it being a fun movie to make, but it had a lot of heart to it, and getting to go to work with Shekhar Kapur and Jemima Khan, and it was just the whole thing was just a beautiful experience, really.
How do you think people would respond to the film once it's released?
I just hope they have some kind of emotional response, whether they laugh or cry or whatever it is, or whether it inspires them in some way. Whenever I go to the movies, I just hope that I always come out of the cinema and I'm always, in that first 15 minutes, I'm always just, especially with a rom-com, I'm like, I want to call the person I love, or I want to make a big decision in my life. Whenever I come to the movies, I'm very inspired in some way. So hopefully that the movie does that,
Mm-hmm. In terms of the cultural aspects in the film, what were your favorite parts in being able to kind of show that in the film?
Was apart from the food, the family element, the closeness of the family, but for me, getting to do a scene with Ratif Fateh Alahan, who's one of the greatest singers who's ever lived, and just showing people another side of things that they might not know, and so they can be a little less fearful of our cultures and be a bit more inspired.
How do you think people would perceive the movie once it's released?
Well, I'm hoping that they'll perceive it as a story of their lives,
Mm-hmm.
not the life of cultural Asians. This is their life.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what I'm hoping. And they come out feeling, especially because it's coming after COVID, when everybody, everywhere in the world, all I was reading is, I haven't seen my mother for 2 years. I haven't seen my brother for years. And I'm hoping they'll come out and just want to hug their families. It's a family movie. The families became very important in this.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, what would you say overall was your favorite part about the film?
Tough to say. For me, it's when I suddenly find actors revealing themselves, like Lily James did on stage when she's talking about it. I was just like mesmerized by her performance, because at one point I said, is Lily talking about herself or she's talking about Zoe, the character? And when the thing between the actor and the character fades, those are stunning moments for me to watch. Stunning.
All right. Well, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you for taking the time to interview with me at the Nocturnal.
Thank you. Thank you.